All right, here we are at the grand finale, step 3. After this step, you should be able to have a fully functioning funnel trifecta that works on Webflow, Stripe, and Firebase. So I just want to kind of show you an example. I have a demo that I show my clients here. There's just a simple get started, which acts as the buy button, and then one simple JavaScript embed here to get actually call the funnel function that we deployed to Firebase in the last step, and then also actually listen for clicks on that buy button that says get started down here. Listen for clicks on that button to actually launch them into the Stripe checkout experience. So getting back into the code here, you're going to need to look at the top block of code here. We already used the session function and deployed that to Firebase in the last step. And now we want to focus on the snippet of code that needs to go into your Webflow page. So you're going to need to just embed this into a simple HTML embed like we have here, and also update a few things in here based on what you did in the last step with Firebase. So the session host, again, anything you see that says TODO to do, you need to add the URL that you got from your function when you deployed it. So that is how you access your function. It's just a URL that you should be able to call from any kind of code. And so in this case, we'll be calling that function from our buy button JavaScript. And so when it calls that function, it will get a session ID, a valid and secure session token based on the success URL where we want to send them after they successfully purchase, or the cancel URL where we want to send them to potentially downsell them. Thanks could also be an upsell page too. So this is where you can start to see, you can like chain together upsells and downsells as the behavior of your funnel changes. So that is the snippet of code that you'll need to configure. You'll also have to drop in your public key, which we got from, I believe, 2 steps ago on our Stripe dashboard. So you should have taken note of that already. You just need to pop it in there, save it, and add this whole block here to your Webflow HTML embed right here. The one thing to keep in mind is this does depend on jQuery. If you're not already using jQuery, you're going to need to have some other way to wait for the document to be ready, the DOM, before you actually attach your buy button connection here. And you'll also need to use something other than jQuery if you're not already using jQuery to listen for clicks on your buy button. So that's like a whole thing in and of itself if you're not comfortable with that, but happy to help and do more trainings if that would be interesting to people. So once you've got that saved, you're going to want to obviously publish it on Webflow and then give it a try. And that's when the fun and profit begins. So that's a quick overview. I'll do another video of how I do this for my specific funnels that I use to sell software as a service, also known as SaaS.